Let's go back to 1983. That year, the UK did something big. It introduced the very first £1 coin. For that, people used paper £1 notes. But notes didn't last long. They tore easily and wore out fast. So the Royal Mint decided to make a strong, round £1 coin from metal. The new coin had Queen Elizabeth II on the front. On the back, it showed the royal arms of the United Kingdom. It looked golden, felt heavy, and was made of nickel brass. It was meant to last much longer than the paper note. Most of these 1983 coins were made for normal use. They went into people's pockets, purses, shops, and banks. But some special versions were made just for collectors. These were kept in cases and sets and never touched. The collector coins had extra details. One of those details was writing around the edge of the coin. This writing is in Latin and says decus et tutamen. That means an ornament and a safeguard. It's a classic phrase that had been used on older coins too. Now here's the twist. The normal £1,983 coins that were made for the public didn't have this writing. Their edges were plain. Only the collector coins had the edge writing. But somehow, a few of those special coins with writing ended up in public hands. Maybe they were taken from sets and spent by mistake. Maybe someone at the mint made an error. No one knows for sure. What we do know is this: these rare edge-inscribed coins are worth big money today. People have found £1,983 coins with the Latin writing who had no idea they were rare. They took them to coin dealers. They got them checked. And they were told, this coin is special. In some cases, these coins sold for £500, £1,000, or even more. One rare version of the £1,983 coin, with a minting error or wrong design, sold for several £1,000s at auction. That's more than 1,000 times its face value. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? First, look at the date. It must say 1983, that's the key year. Then, check the edge of the coin. If the edge is plain, it's most likely a normal coin. Still interesting, but not rare. But if you see the Latin words decus et tutamen, you might have a rare one. That's when things get exciting. Also look for any strange markings, wrong designs, or errors. These can increase the value even more. Now remember this very important thing. Do not clean the coin. Don't try to make it shiny. Cleaning can damage the surface and lower the value. Serious collectors want coins in their original condition, even if they look a bit dirty. So if you think you have a rare one, keep it safe. Put it in a small soft pouch or plastic holder. Take it to a coin shop or a trusted expert. Let them take a look and tell you what it might be worth. Why are people willing to pay so much for one little coin? Because it's not just a coin. It's a piece of history. It's the first year of the £1 coin. It marked a big change in UK money. It's also about rarity. The fewer there are, the more people want them. And when something is rare and wanted, the price goes up. Just like rare stamps, rare toys, or rare trading cards. Even regular £1,983 coins can be worth more than face value if they're in perfect condition. If you have one that has never been used, still shiny, and with no marks, it could be worth £5, £10, or even more. But the big money is in those rare error coins, or the ones with edge writing that were not meant to be in public hands. Those are the coins that get collectors excited. People love hunting for treasure, and coin collecting is like modern-day treasure hunting. The good news is that the treasure could be sitting right in your home. It could be in your old piggy bank. It could be in a drawer. It could be mixed in with other coins in a jar. You don't need a map. You just need to look closely. Check every £1,983 coin you come across. It only takes a second. And that second could lead to something amazing. Stories keep coming out of people finding rare coins by accident. One person found a rare coin in their pocket after buying something from a corner shop. Another person found one in a box of old coins from their granddad. The best part? These people didn't even know what they had at first. They were just curious. And that small curiosity paid off. So now it's your turn. Go look through your coins. Ask your family if they have any old coins lying around. You never know. That £1 coin you forgot about might be worth hundreds, even thousands. And if you do find one, don't rush to sell it. Do your homework. Talk to experts. You might be holding a small fortune. Let's talk about why the 1965 Washington quarter is so special. Before 1965, all quarters in the US were made of silver, 90% silver, to be exact. But in 1965, the government stopped using silver. The price of silver was going up, and making silver coins was too expensive. So the US Mint started making quarters out of a copper and nickel mix instead. This new version of the quarter looked similar to the old silver ones, but it was cheaper to produce. Now here's where things get exciting. Even though the mint was supposed to stop using silver, a few silver coin blanks accidentally got mixed in. These silver blanks were meant for the 1964 coins but somehow were used to make 1965 quarters. That was a big mistake. These coins were never supposed to exist. But they do. And today, they're some of the rarest coins in the world. Collectors call these coins 1965 silver era quarters. They look like normal quarters, but they are struck on silver planchets. Planchets are the blank metal discs used to make coins. If a 1965 quarter was made using a silver planchet, it's extremely rare. And very valuable. Some of these rare coins have sold for thousands. One sold for around $7,000. Another sold for $12,000. A perfect one in mint condition sold for over $16,000. But it gets even better. One rare 1965 quarter sold for a record-breaking $132,000. Imagine finding a coin like that in your home. A 25-cent coin worth more than a brand new car. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1965 quarter? It's not hard. First, look at the date. It must say 1965. That's the key year. Then check the edge of the coin. Normal 1965 quarters made with copper and nickel have a copper-colored edge. You can see it when you look at the side of the coin. If the coin looks silver all the way around with no copper color, you might have a silver one. That's a good sign. The next step is to weigh the coin. A regular 1965 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams, but a silver quarter weighs more, about 6.25 grams. If your 1965 quarter weighs more than normal, it might be struck on a silver planchet. You can use a cheap digital scale to find out. They're easy to get online or at a local store. Another thing to check is the sound. Silver coins make a different sound when you drop them on a table. It's a higher-pitched, ringing sound. Copper-nickel coins sound duller. It's not a perfect test, but it can help you tell the difference. But wait, there's more. Some 1965 quarters have other types of errors too. For example, there are double-struck quarters. These are coins that were hit twice during the minting process. Some have off-center designs or missing details. These kinds of mistakes make the coins even more valuable. One rare double-struck 1965 quarter sold for several $1,000s. Even if your quarter isn't silver, and it doesn't have a big error, it might still be worth something. If the coin is in great shape, no scratches, no wear, perfect shine, collectors will pay more for it. These are called mint state coins. Some mint state 1965 quarters can sell for $50, $100, or even more if the condition is high enough. So what should you do if you think you have a rare one? First, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can damage it and lower its value. Just leave it as it is. Keep it safe. Then take it to a coin expert or dealer. They can help you figure out if it's real. You can also send it to a grading company like PCGS or NGC. They will weigh it, test it, and give it a grade. That makes it easier to sell to serious collectors. Now you might be wondering, why are these coins worth so much? It's because they are rare. Very few 1965 silver quarters were made by mistake. Most were caught and melted down. Only a few survived. That's why collectors want them so badly. When something is rare and people want it, the price goes up. It's simple supply and demand. Also, 1965 is a special year for US coins. It was the end of the silver era. That makes any coin from that time more interesting to collectors. Especially if there's something unusual about it, like a silver planchet or a striking error. And the best part? These coins are still out there. They weren't made for collectors. They were made for spending. So some ended up in pockets, jars, and boxes. Some were put away and forgotten. That means they could be anywhere in your house, in your grandma's old purse, in a yard sale, or even in your loose change. So now that you know the signs, go take a look, check your coins. Ask your family if they have any old change. You never know what you might find. That one little coin could be the rare one, the one worth thousands, maybe even more.